Hello guys, this is Sandra here. That was a weird wave. But anyway, welcome back to my channel. Or if you're new here, welcome. It's a lovely to have you here and I hope you're gonna enjoy your time. So today, first we're gonna have like a relaxing little tutorial where I just show you in quick steps how I created this makeup. But mostly it's because I wanted to showcase a few products that have been huge crowd pleasers and cult products, you know, maybe a few years ago, but not necessarily talked about or not talked about as much as they used to be. And I thought about it because I watched a video from Kelly Gooch, which I will link below, where she basically talked about whether she thinks if the beauty community is dying or just what's happening. And it got me thinking that, you know, yes, the beauty community is changing, and for a long time it's been about buying this and buying that, and I am still that person who gets a huge kick out of buying new products and trying new things, hence why I started this channel in the first place as well, just as much as project penning, because I love, you know, trying new things. I love my makeup items. But of course, all of us have so many products now that it's not feasible to keep carrying on with. And there are so many products that we just, you know, collected over the years. I know a lot of beauty lovers will probably agree. And I want to show them some love because they are still amazing products. Just because they are not being, you know, talked about by the top 5 creators or whatever, it doesn't mean that they are not good products anymore. So first, we're gonna just hop into this quick little relaxing tutorial bit, or that's what I'm planning it to be anyway. And then I'm gonna meet you and we're gonna talk through the products quickly as well, just as a, where was I going with it? Just as like a nice end of the video. Oh my god, I have it in, you know when you like have it in your head of what you want to say, but it's just not functioning. It's like a conclusion. That's the word I was looking for. Conclusion. Yes. So let's hop into the tutorial and then we'll meet you after that to talk about the products. Also, if you are new here or if you are not that new but haven't subscribed yet, please consider subscribing. I would love to have you, 1, part of this community, but also 2, once we get to 500, we are not too far, not 100. My boyfriend said that he's gonna try doing my makeup, so I would love that. Also, I have a video where I do his, so I can link that below and up in the cards. But yes, I would love you to join this little community, and let's go. Let's get on with the video. So this is the finished result. I mean, I'm not sure how well like cranberry eyes go with like a yellow t-shirt, but I'm really digging the eyes. I was looking through my stash the other day when I found this palette and I knew I wanted to do a look similar to this. I recently have been rereading my Harry Potter books and it really put me into a full mood, which I think sort of translated in my eyes today. I can't help it. But let's hop into talking about the products. So I, as always, started with my eyes, and for that I used the P. Louise base, and these have been iconic for a really long time. Now, I personally only bought these recently, and I think they still have some really good deals going on their website. So I bought this one at full price though. This is Rumor 0.5 because I'm really pale. It matches me pretty well and I really enjoy doing this. Using this, I feel like longevity wise, it's really similar to my Urban Decay primer potions, which are another iconic product. But this one is a little bit thicker in consistency. So I know why a lot of people like this for like cut creases and that kind of thing. It works perfectly for that. And then what I bought on a sale is basically I got a whole set of like the colorful ones because they were down to, from like 140, it was like down to 50 or something. So I got a set of 14, I think. And then I kept half of it and then the other half is going to my best friend. We both wanted to try it, so it was a good way of like splitting the money and the costs. So it's even more affordable and then just trying a bunch because I knew I'm not going to use all of them. But so far I really like them, so I do get the fuss and why they were so popular. Especially when this came out, the only really good eyeshadow primer out there was the primer potion. So, you know, I understand the fascination with that. And then another product that I feel like took the beauty community, you know, by storm, I had to think about that, is the Huda Beauty eyeshadow palettes. And my first ever palette was actually the Electric Obsessions, which is this little, it's not a quad, I wanted to say quad, but it has 9 shades in there. And you've seen this before on my channel. Mine is really destroyed. I love it. But then I got this as a present, which is the New Nudes. So I tried this like years after it was a thing. And why I like it, funnily enough, it's not that used. I just sort of kept forgetting about it. But the color story is really nice. All the shades work so well together. You can go quite neutral if you wanted to. It has quite a few like more brownish shades. It has beautiful lighter mauves and then lighter shimmers, but then you can go more dramatic and dark like I did today. So I know why people loved it. Also, this was I think the first palette that had these like marble effect shimmery shadows in there, which honestly obviously doesn't translate on the eye, but it looks super cool in the palette. The only thing I don't get on super well with is this concealed shade. I tried to use it just by itself as a base. It creased like hell. I tried to use it today for a slightly more cut creasy kind of look, or just to give a clear base to the shimmer, and for that it does work. Yeah, that's the only thing I use it for, but just as a primer, an eye primer by itself, I don't like it. But the palette itself is beautiful. And while I was doing my eyes, I realized that the one thing that really shows you that I haven't used it an awful lot is that I still have the foil on the mirror. So let's pull it off together. Are you ready? Are you ready? Oh, I love doing that. It's so satisfying. So yeah, that shows you that I did not go into this palette too much. It's seen some usage, and I feel like now that I played with it again, I definitely want to, you know, play with this more now that the colder months are sort of up on us, and create some more darker berry purple kind of looks because it's beautiful and it is a really nice palette. The only thing is that I think why sometimes I don't reach for it is because it's a really like monochromatic palette, which is great for creating cohesive looks, but you know, if you know me, I love my colors, but I think it's a beautiful, beautiful palette. To me, it's just a bit more on the neutral side. But I think when it came out, that was like the whole thing. You've seen all these monochromatic palettes being created left, right and center, whether it was with oranges, yellows, purples. So, you know, it's a beautiful formula. It's easy to work with. So I do see the hype. The next cult product that I actually reached for, not even realizing first, is the Kat Von D Tattoo Liner. This is one of the only felt tip liners that I use. I was always like a gel liner kind of girl. I like a little push of gel, whether it's from Inglot or it used to be from MAC or Maybelline. I used to love those, and I exclusively used those for a liner, even though if you've been here before, you know I'm not necessarily one for like huge dramatic liners. But this one I really, really like. It's so easy to work with. The felt tip on the end doesn't fray, so I don't have to worry about like having like a rogue little bristle ruining my look. And I keep it upside down with my like favorite brushes pot, because I do have a separate pot with my favorite brushes. So this just sort of lives there with them. Whoopsie. And it's always, you know, by hand if I need it. And now I'm making a lot of noise by pushing it back. There's another pencil that I sort of reached for by, well, not by mistake, but not realizing first what a cult product it was. And it's not necessarily this shade, but do you remember when everyone on YouTube was using an Urban Decay 24/7 liner? Whether it was black, whether it was colorful, and then I feel like these are still really reliable liners, but you know, no one really talks about them as much. But at one point it was either this or the Marc Jacobs liners that everyone used, even though they're more on the pricey side, and they still look amazing. So this is what I have in my waterline. This one is in the shade Love Drug, and it was part of the Naked Cherry collection. It's beautiful, I love it. Amazing, amazing pencil. I'm surprised actually it's still this big, because I used it quite often when I first got it. But these formulas are still really nice. I always want to pick up more, but then I have so many other liners, and Kiko does amazing ones, you know, on a cheaper price tag. But these bombers were iconic for a reason. They glide so nicely, they are long lasting. If you want to, you have the time to smudge them out. They are really nice. Now when it comes to my mascara and my eyebrow pencil, I haven't really used anything iconic, but to set my eyebrow hairs in place, I used the Essence Make Me Brow. And I remember after everyone was looking for a cheaper alternative when the Benefit brow, whatever it's called, God, I don't even know, after those, everyone was using these, and it's such an affordable version of like the Benefit eyebrow gels. It does its job perfectly. Now, if you have really fluffy brows and want something to keep them in place, this is not going to be like a glue. I know that's what lately is in place, because everyone wants laminated eyebrows, blah blah blah. But for just an easy, everyday, quickly throw it in your brows and run out of the door kind of look, this is perfect. And again, it's so affordable. It's like, what, £2 or roughly around that mark. So, you know, you really cannot go wrong with it. It's just such a cute and easy little product, and it has filling fibers in there as well, so it can be a really nice option as well if you have more sparse brows. I'm not sure why I keep doing the brushing movement with my hand. It clearly helps explaining, I don't know. For my primer, I had to use something from Becca, because this is one of those old OG products, and this is the Becca Backlight Priming Filter. This was the primer that everyone reached for before the Charlotte Tilbury whatever filter came onto the scene. I don't like it. I feel like it's too thick. I much prefer something that's a little bit lighter and airier in texture, like this one. And if you didn't know, I used to work for Becca, so you know, they will always have a special place in my heart. But this is a really, really nice primer if you want just that really nice, you know, glow lit from within kind of look. So if you know like an affordable, or it doesn't have to be affordable, but if you know a product that's similar to this, that's not the Charlotte Tilbury product, because I just don't like the texture. I feel like it's a lot thicker. So if you know like a product that's similar to this, please let me know, because obviously Becca unfortunately is going, so it's not really an option anymore. But this is still a cult product whether the brand is around or not. On top of it, I went in with a product that to me personally is actually fairly new. I had a little tester back in the day and I didn't like it, and then recently I tried it again, just in a mini version, and I love it. And this is the It Cosmetics Your Skin But Better CC Cream, and I use the shade, I'm pretty sure it's Fair. Yep, it's Fair, because even though it's summer, I'm pasty, and I love this. Now, the only thing I'm not sure about is the packaging looks so rough. Like, I used it at least 20 years, like I'm not sure how much you can tell it's going. So I don't know if that's the same on the full size version, but I love this product. It gives you quite good coverage despite it being a CC cream. I mean, it says full coverage cream. I don't know whether it's full coverage or not, but it feels, yeah, I'm not sure I agree with full coverage. At least not on like acne scars or actual acne. My skin is going mad lately. I don't know what's happening. It might be my period, to be fair, but yeah, I have quite a few breakouts in my chin area. So I would say if you have like acne scars or like active acne that's quite red, by itself it's not really enough, but it gives such good coverage for a CC cream. It does not feel heavy on the skin at all. It leaves a really nice dewy finish behind, even if you don't use something like the Becca primer. I absolutely adore this. I don't know why I did not get on with this in the past, but it's an amazing product, and I know that when this came out, you've seen it everywhere. Back then, there was no TikTok, or it was called Vine or something, where I was never really there, so I'm not sure. But you know, back there it was on Instagram, it was on YouTube, and this little silver tube was everywhere, and I will definitely get the full size once I'm finished with this. Now, the concealer that I use is on the complete opposite end of the spectrum. And this is the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer. And this, I was wondering whether I should use this one or the Tarte Shape Tape, but I decided to go with this one. Now, I only have the mini, and even this one, oh my god, I don't think I will ever finish this. I'm using the shade Snow. I feel like I'm talking really fast, but I don't want to make the video too long because I'm pretty sure it already is. So, I'm using oh my god, why can I not say that word? I'm using the shade Snow. And this is beautiful. It just gives your under eyes like this really nice smooth look. If you want to, you can use this as an eyeshadow primer. I know a lot of people used it back in the day before the P. Louise. You can cover up, you know, scars with it if you wanted to, although I could not be bothered, if I'm honest. I also used it once or twice as a foundation, and because the bottles are so huge, like again, keep in mind this is the small size, and even this one has 4 mils in there. 4 or 40? 4. Yeah, I'm like 40, that can be. 4 mils in there, so it is quite big. Let's say like the original Tarte one is 10 mils. And then let's say the new Fenty one is 10 mils as well. So, you know, I assume the bigger version, I think that has more than 10 mils because it's huge. But even this one will last you for ages. I had mine for, God, a year at least, I think. And I mean, I have a lot of concealers. I seem to have a concealer obsession. But this will absolutely last you for ages. You can use it as a foundation. It feels actually quite nice, although it's obviously more on the heavier side. You can conceal with it, you can prime your eyes with it. It's really, really good. Now, it says you can like highlight with it and retouch and all that. I never really been into like the whole fully sculpt and highlight with concealers kind of thing. It's just not my kind of thing. I prefer lighter texture for that. But if you wanted to, and if you're into that full glam moment, then it works perfectly for that as well. And I do know why this, you know, was as much of a popular product as it was, because it sits beautifully under the eyes and it gives you coverage, but it doesn't feel heavy, it doesn't feel cakey, it blends out really nice and smooth, it lasts on the skin, and, you know, let's bring it back. If you have it at home and you haven't used it for a while, get it out. I know we are living into in a more natural makeup and everything is like kind of moment right now, but you can just use less and it doesn't look heavy. So, you know, if you forgot about owning this, just grab it. It's so lovely. Next up, before I set my face, I used the Charlotte Tilbury, what is it called, contour wand. I wanted to say Film Star Bronze and Glow. which was huge as well, but no, it's the contour wand. And this was like one of the first items I think that was brought out that was a lighter, more liquidy texture that's for contouring, because before that you had like all the contour sticks and the powder products, but this made contouring so easy. You just draw it on, it blends in really nicely. As you could see when I was using the brush, it blended away quite nicely and quickly, even though it can look quite intense when you first put it on. It came out in 2 shades. I mean, I feel like those 2 shades are fairly universal, but you know, I feel like it can be improved, but you know, I'm lucky enough that the fair to medium works perfectly nice on me. I love this. As you can see, it was well loved, and I had it for so long. I feel like the formula never changed, and I use it quite a lot of the times, but there's still so much left in there. Even though sponge applicators are not my favorite, on this one it just makes it really easy to like sort of glide onto the skin. And Charlotte Tilbury did an amazing job with it, and I know that, you know, obviously she expanded the range to like highlighters and blushes, and it's because the formula is beautiful and spot on. And I know that everyone and their mothers used it, and then now with TikTok the blush version got really popular, which I actually don't have, but maybe I can pick that up too, but not like I don't have enough makeup. But you know, the point of this video is talk about products that you might have in your collection. If you forgot, bring it out, because this is such an easy product to use. It just blends so effortlessly into the skin, and it definitely deserved the hype. And I definitely know why people are still talking about the blush now that TikTok dominates everything, because it goes really nicely with the whole no makeup trend, because it just blends out so easily while still making a difference. So it doesn't blend into nothing, but it blends out amazingly. So you can easily cheat the I woke up like this look, but still, you know, using this. So no one has to know, because how would they know? I didn't really have a product that was hyped up as like a powder, so we're gonna skip that. But after that I moved on to this Revolution blush palette, and this is the Ultra Blush palette in the shade Sugar and Spice. And I remember at some point so many people were talking about this on YouTube. I've seen, whoopsie. Oh no, it just broke. No. Oh no. Well, that was fun. The little hinge broke on one side, so wonderful. But anyway, this was such a huge thing. At one point there was the Sugar and Spice, and then there was another palette as well, which name I don't remember, but oh my god, this still keeps breaking. Wonderful. I used to carry this around with me when I was freelancing at one point, and I remember I had a shoot where we were in central London, and we were taking these edgy pictures of a guy. If I can find my pictures, I will like put them on the screen, and I bathed him in this highlighter. He looked amazing. It was really cool. But you know, obviously I sanitized it since, and I still use it on myself, and it's such a beautiful blush palette, such an amazing value for the money. You have so many different options, and obviously if you like a barely dark kind of blush, this might not be your thing, just because the colors in there, as you can see, apart from like these two, are quite out there and quite like a vibrant color. That's what I was going for. And the highlighters themselves are not exactly subtle either. Like, look at them. Beautiful. Yeah, beautiful. But I had to bring this out. It's a lovely, lovely palette. It's a bit weird though, because you have all these like pinky shades, and poof, there's a peach. But you know, it's nice for variety. Now the texture of these is more on the dry side. It's not necessarily that like really buttery kind of blush, but it means that they are quite nice and buildable, and it doesn't deposit a lot of color on your cheek at one point. And I feel like we need to bring this back, because it just looks beautiful on the skin, and it's affordable. So, you know, if you bought it back in the day as well, bring it out. It's nice. Now, I don't think my highlighter choice will surprise anyone, but it had to be a Becca highlighter, and this is Champagne Pop. Now, the packaging is like this limited edition one, but you know, don't let that fool you. This is still champagne pop. Mine has like a really nice dip in there as well, where I actually hit pan, because it's champagne pop. I mean, the glow it gives is still beautiful, and I'm so sad that Becca is going. Again, I used to work for them, so, you know, I feel like it's a personal loss. But this highlighter is such an iconic color. Now, I know that there was a lot of rumors surrounding what happened with the Jaclyn Hill because it was a collaboration with her, but Becca highlighters have been iconic way before Jaclyn Hill. Like, if you remember Opal and Moonstone, they have so many beautiful shades. But yes, champagne pop has put Becca definitely on that map, because after that everyone was talking about the highlighters, and I just knew when I was getting the products from my drawers for this video that Becca highlighter has to be there, and it has to be champagne pop. Now, I know that nowadays there are loads of different amazing highlighter formulas, and then there was a moment where everyone used like an Ofra highlighter, which I still haven't tried a formula, so I'm gonna get there eventually. But I have so many highlighters, I definitely don't really need more. But these are amazing still, or as the cool kids should say, chef's kiss. I don't know, I feel a bit sassy today, but this is a beautiful, beautiful product. It gives that amazing champagne-y glow, duh, and you know, no one questions why these were amazing. They are still really good, and they will definitely be dearly missed. But if you have it, you know, don't hold on to it just because Becca is going. Get it out and use it, because they are beautiful and they deserve the love. I think the only thing we have left is lips. I think so. And I just used a random lip liner that matched this lipstick, but the lipstick is the Charlotte Tilbury Amazing Amal lipstick. Now, the Charlotte Tilbury lipsticks at one point, just like the Becca highlighters, they were everywhere. You looked on Instagram, you looked on YouTube, everyone was using them, and they are a really nice formula. Now, I have to say, I only have 2 of them, so, you know, I'm more into their lip liners. I mean, I only have like 3 or 4, but those are amazing. Now, lipsticks, they are amazing. I just like trying different formulas. Sorry, my camera died. But this is a really, really nice color. I think it goes really nice with my eyeshadow as well. Now, unfortunately, I broke it, but this is one of those that once you're finished with it, you can remove it. Now, I don't remember how you do it, but you can take it out anyway and then refill it, which I think is an amazing idea. If I'm honest, I'm not too sure why these were so hyped. I think it's just because Charlotte Tilbury as a person to start with, while they are an amazing formula, I was never fully sucked in, but I like it. It's beautiful, obviously. I bought it. Yeah, it's a nice lipstick. I don't fully get the hype, but we revisited it anyway, and I'm glad I got some use out of it because I need to use this more. It's a beautiful color. But then to make it a little bit more glossy, because, I don't know, I felt the gloss, I used the Fenty Beauty lip gloss on top of it, and I still don't have like the original shades like Fussy and whatever, but this one is the shade Baby Brute that was part of like one of the Christmas lip gloss sets, and Luke really kindly bought it for me, and I love them. They feel really nice, they don't feel sticky, but they stay on fairly long, they transform any lip look. I love the colors it comes in, even though there's only a small difference once it's actually on the lips, but they are really, really nice. So I finally understand the fuss, get it? The fuss about them. They are really nice, and I feel like glossy lips in general having like a real comeback, and everyone loves a glossy look. It just makes your lips really nice and juicy. And again, this one doesn't feel sticky, a little bit sticky, but not sticky to the point where your lips look horrible and they look like they stick together. It has this fairly nice zip to it, but they last long. It comes in loads of different colors, so Rihanna did an amazing job with these, obviously, like with most of her line. And that's all the revisited products from today, so I'm not really gonna, you know, keep you here longer anymore. If you're still here, thank you. Let me know what are some of the older cult products that you still love just as much as when they came out. It's just rude when your camera dies, literally for the last 2 minutes or 1 minute of your video. But anyway, Let me know what cult products you still love using just as much as you did when it came out. I'm definitely happy that I got all these products out. I'm just looking around and need to clean up the mess. But it's just nice to get them out, and you know, sometimes you even have those like feelings tied to a makeup item. It's sort of like a fragrance. It can take you back in time. Is it just me? I don't know. But it's nice to get some old products out that, you know, once upon a time you used to love all the time, or you didn't get to play around with it enough when you bought it, but now you're quite excited to use it. You know, you should play with all your makeup, whether it's old and new. Don't just let it get, you know, collect dust in the bottom of your drawers. Get it out, play with it. If you don't like it, maybe try to find a new home, or you might rekindle your love. Who knows? Let me know. But for now, I'm gonna go. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And again, please consider subscribing. It would mean so much to me. And I would love my boyfriend to do my makeup. It would be interesting how, you know, what he comes up with. But anyway, we're gonna go now. I hope you have a lovely day, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye bye.